Is it true that atheists are prohibited from holding public office in 8 U.S. states? I'm a lawyer and doubted this, so I looked them up. They're all there. All in the states' constitutions, all from the state's original constitutions or some wholesale new constitution, i.e. weren't added as amendments, all from the 1800s. PA's is the only one that isn't quite true. PA's technically says you can't be denied office based on your religious sentiments or acknowledging the existence of a God, which arguably extends a protection to believers but not to atheists. But still, denying a class an explicit protection is different from prescribing that class from doing something. Most importantly, in Tarasco v. Watkins, 367 U.S. 488, 1961, the U.S. Supreme Court held that Maryland's religious test for public office unconstitutionally invades a Maryland guy who was a notary public but was refused his commission because he wouldn't declare his belief in God's freedom of belief and religion and therefore cannot be enforced against him. So, since 1961 at the latest, these provisions are unconstitutional and unenforceable, and a state going through the process of amending it out of the Constitution would probably be redundant and sloppy. 3 more things are probably important to consider. First, many of these were meant to be religiously inclusive. Apparently in England or other places you had to have a specific religion or have particular beliefs to hold office, so some of these are worded like MDs and TXs, which say no religious test ought ever to be required as a qualification for any office of profit or trust in this state, other than a declaration of belief in the existence of God, and no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office, or public trust, in this state, nor shall anyone be excluded from holding office on account of his religious sentiments, provided he acknowledge the existence of a supreme being. So I think they thought they were saying we're free in the state to hold public office no matter what religious beliefs you have. As long as you can just take the oath you're good. Next point on oath. The TX1 was a reaction against such laws as the famous English Test Act of 1673, which was enacted for preventing dangers which may happen from popish recusants, apparently that meant Catholics, and which caused grave injustice. I know the language seems almost paradoxical now, but I'd bet at the time these provisions were affording remarkably broad freedom of religion, and I'm not sure these were considering a lack of religion altogether. Second, even the ones that aren't worded in a way seemingly meant to be inclusive like above, i.e. the ones that just explicitly exclude atheists, still seem to be based on the oath public officers have to take. A few of them combine saying people can't hold public office or testify under oath if they don't believe in any higher power, and this oath issue seems to be the impetus for the public office part. The Tarasco case was notably about a notary public, someone who administers oaths and certifies affidavits and other sworn statements. For example, interpretive notes to the TX provision say, "It has been said that the proviso was inserted inasmuch as all office holders must take an oath to uphold the Constitution and laws, and a person denying the existence of a supreme being would not feel in his conscience obligated by an oath." Third, these provisions are just old as hell. The Tennessee Atheists holding office one is immediately followed by one called Dualists holding office. There are just a zillion super old laws that are either sitting around clearly unconstitutional, or everyone knows they'd be unconstitutional and don't even try to enforce, or are just old and ignored because they're weird or inapplicable now. These might fall into that category even notwithstanding all the above. Thanks for watching the Obsessed Gamers The Best Of. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.